I don't think it's so much women are going for the top 10%. We are reading.
Yeah.
And men are just looking and go swipe. That's why like I'll answer a million like messages, but I'm like, oh, they didn't read my profile. They just looked and went yes, and then they look and they go, oh yeah, I don't want this person.
Hello, my little bear cubs, and welcome back to another episode of Secondhand Therapy. We need to remind you that we're not therapists, we're not experts. This is not a substitute for therapy, and this is not professional advice in any way. The sad pony, the king of two things, the people's champ, the Maloney pony, that asshole over there, you know him. He's a little bit under the weather, so I'm recording this intro by myself. We have a guest today. One of our favorite people of all time was here in Vegas, and we were hanging out, and we decided to do an episode. So Jenny Zigrino is back here in the studio with us. We're trying things a little bit differently. You're going to hear some ads. You know about the ads. We're doing a little bit longer ad breaks in the middle for shorter intros. So all I'm going to tell you now is if you want to contact us, you can do so secondhandtherapypod@gmail.com. You can text or call us 818-850-2448. If you want to send us mail, P.O. Box 230595, Las Vegas, Nevada 89105. If you missed any of that, it is on our Instagram. Thanks for being here. Enjoy the episode.
Say I'm looking for a relationship on Field, and everyone's like, why?
Yeah, that's insane.
It happens.
Who is looking for a relationship on Field? That's not
lots of people.
Do you know what Field is for?
We're talking about this on. We're talking about it. We're talking about it.
We're currently talking about it. That's what we're
doing.
We're recording?
Oh, perfect. All right. Okay, we're talking about it. Yes, there's tons of people because Field is different. Field is not. I don't think it's as locked in the algorithm as like Hinge or Bumble or Tinder are, where they really are just like sending you the dregs to just keep you on there. Field is much more like you'll actually get people who want to engage with you and you have engagement. I never match with anyone on Hinge. It's awful. And Field is like great.
But after you match with them, they are looking for something that is just casual usually or kink or something like that.
Kink, yeah.
Because that's the specialty of Field.
Yeah, but also too, the nice thing about Field is you can be like, have this kink, I'm kind of weird, but also I'm trying to find another weirdo to have a partner in a life with.
As long as you gag me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't.
Just choke me to the altar, you know?
Is that the point? That's the point of Field? That's like their pitch? It's like kink community where you can find similar kinks?
Yeah.
And then whilst you're on there, you can also say, also, I'd like to fall in love.
Yeah.
All right, that makes sense.
Why is that not a kink?
Oh my God! Why is that not a kink?
Most sadistic,
this
masochistic.
sounds like someone who you're sounding like someone who's just like, you know, this is what it's for. There's nothing else.
Yeah.
This is the only thing. And then if it goes anywhere else, that's not how it's supposed to be. That's not what I signed up for.
Yeah, exactly. Because then you get mixed up in it. It'd be like trying to order a pizza off Grindr. You're like, that's not what the fucking app is for.
Every metaphor he comes up with is pizza.
But listen, it's
but what if you're like, I want a pizza that wants a long-term relationship?
Oh my God.
Then you get it off. No one's trying to have kids. You can't use pizza in this. You can't.
But you're looking for something that the app is not designed for. The app is specifically designed for short-term and kink things. And now you're like, but also, I'd like to find a husband.
Yeah,
and it's
then
like, then get on fucking Bumble.
Why is
Hinge.
one of the things in there, one of the like looking for, why is it relationship on there? Why is monogamy on there?
I think
what is your beef? What's your problem?
That that it's not being used for what it's supposed to be used for.
Okay.
Yeah.
That bothers you.
Yeah, because that's when you get into the miscommunication down the road of like,
the fuckboy.
There it is. Yeah.
The fuckboy clause.
I was on the edge. I was on the edge of being like, is he gonna get there?
And you know what? Edging on my Field profile.
Oh, there you go.
But so I think that's what it is.
Are you still on Field?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know.
I mean, it's...
Well, you don't have to lie to us. You're on
Yeah.
field. That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm on field.
You're on field.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got rid of everything else.
Field is the best one.
Yeah.
I don't have any of the other ones anymore.
But-
But okay, please.
But I
You
got
first?
field because
Yeah.
I'm not looking for...
A relationship.
Yeah.
So don't swipe on people who say, I'm looking for a relationship.
Which should be everybody on field.
So you're on field.
Yeah.
You are on field. If you met someone on field and ended up seeing them longer term, is that an option or no?
I think that's an option, but it's not what I was seeking out. And that's clearly in my profile.
Interesting. So even though it's not in your
Yeah.
profile, you're open to it. But people who
That-
put it in their profile, they're an asshole.
Yeah.
If you're getting on there and deliberately seeking out a relationship, I don't think that is the app that you should be using.
Okay.
Okay.
You're getting more black and white by the day.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
is what Vegas is doing to you.
This is what
It's
it
really
is. Yeah.
changing you.
Yeah.
I'm getting older, guys. This is
I
it.
just-
This-
I
I'm
think-
on my old man shit.
I think that the great thing about Field is that you can be so specific in what kind of relationship you're looking for versus like Hinge or Bumble is like their options are life partner,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is okay, marriage, short term open to long term open to short term, and then I don't know. Like
Do they have a casual
Fuck
or a
off.
short term?
I think like short term
Okay.
or just short term.
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like that is more ambiguous than just being on field and being like, these are the kinks I'm into. And also, I'm here being fun and kinky and casually or actively looking for my partner. Doesn't mean it's going to be you.
Right.
Don't worry, Munkle. You're not going to get trapped. Okay.
Yeah.
No one's here to trap you.
Everybody's out to get me, Jenny. Have you
I
not listened to
know.
the show? Everybody's
I listen
against
to it
me.
all the
The
time.
world hates me. Nobody likes me. I have to,
I mean, I did come in here and you were throwing a football around. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we play catch in the house sometimes.
Sometimes, hey.
I just want
Big
everyone
house
to know
problems,
that
you know?
I came here and they're all wearing merch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all, and they offered me merch.
We live in merch.
Yeah.
You want some merch?
I got merch.
All right. You
Well,
want some
you
more?
should
Let
have
us
more
know.
merch.
I
what the
might
fuck?
want more merch.
We get that floral hoodie so dope.
It's pretty nice.
Okay.
You seen the floral hoodie?
I haven't seen the floral hoodie yet.
Check it out. It's a good
I
one.
do like,
Nice.
look, I like a t-shirt.
We got t-shirts.
I want to cut the sleeves off my shirts.
You should.
Yeah.
It's great.
Go to the
It's a great
gym.
look.
Go to the gym
This
at
is
the
what I wore to
Rio.
the gym today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good look.
Thanks.
No, I think that we need more open communication, and the algorithm of Field allows you to meet more people. That's why I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, why aren't you on Tinder that says short term?
I was under the impression that Tinder and Bumble had like kind of switched positions.
Okay.
I thought that like I'm an old man, so when I was coming up, Tinder was for hookups and Bumble was for relationships. And then
Yeah.
as time has gone on, what I've heard is now Bumble is for short-term hookups and Tinder is for relationships. That's the word on the street the last time I had the apps, which was about a year ago.
What street was that?
The streets.
It's
Okay.
all of them.
All of them.
I didn't know that. Is that true?
I don't know. I was on Bumble. I didn't really have much luck of anyone like talking or matching. Also, too, this is true. As a woman in her late 30s, 38, I'm aging out. That men don't even look for my age anymore. So like, OkCupid came out with this study that was like, women as they get older genuinely look for the same age. So like, -5 years, ++ years. Men, as they get older, it stays at 25.
Oh my God.
It just stays there. It barely moves. So like,
I don't understand that. I never understand that. Why some dude would want like some 24-year-old girl. Like, what are you talking about? What are you doing?
I think like
They're
dudes,
broken.
I also think like this is, I hate saying this because this kind of feels like it gets into the brosphere, like manosphere, is like you get a dude who turns 41 and he's like, I need to settle down and have a kid. He's not going to look for the 38-year-old for fertility. He's like, I'll get a 28-year-old. You know, like, well, we're still have some stuff to talk about, but we also too, like, I can also take my time deciding if I want to be with this person. Like for me, I'm like, clock, come on. In 1 year, if we're not like, I'm not your person in a year, let me go because I got eggs to fertilize. Versus dudes can take so much more time.
We just have a biological advantage.
You do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so you're able to look younger. And so I think on like those other apps, I also get discounted because of my age. So they don't even, I don't show up, so I'm seeing.
That makes sense.
I guess I don't even think, like, family isn't on my radar for that, so I guess that makes sense. But yeah, dudes aren't really, you hear that all the time. Like, they turn 55, they're like, I'm ready to be a father now.
Yep.
You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Sperm age is like wine.
Yeah.
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 Eggs age like eggs.
Did you hear about the new studies that are coming out about sperm?
No.
Okay, so this is very interesting. And this may be pseudoscience, maybe it's not real. Don't
Okay.
You Google it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm so sorry for spreading misinformation, but not really.
Spread it.
So as a woman, I'm born with all my eggs. All the eggs I have when I was born, I got them, right? So any kind of DNA stuff that's going on, it's already there. Because men continually make fresh semen. Man, this sounds horrible.
Yeah.
All that fresh cum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cum chef. That's what they call me.
Cum chef. So like if you're in poor health, you're getting semen in the same poor health. So a lot of the issues with fertility that people were blaming women for, it's actually on the men's side because you guys are getting old cum.
Getting old cum.
It's old.
So our cum does age.
Your cum does age, and it is reliant on the health of the person.
The cum ages, the man doesn't.
Yeah.
The man
So
stays.
The cum ages.
if you're drinking, if you're an alcoholic, you're putting out those weird,
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah.
alcoholic comes.
I got a vasectomy, so
So nothing's coming out.
just juice with no pulp.
Where does it go? It just backs up.
It's your body. The way it was explained to me is your body just absorbs it.
Okay.
There are so many things
Are you
that
like eating your own cum right now?
Yep.
Gross.
Yep. Father of the year.
Father of the year.
What? Good
That
joke,
should
bad
be
joke.
that should be
Great
the
joke.
next. That should be the next merch.
Father of the year.
Get a vasectomy. Father of the year.
Father of the year. Get a vasectomy. Father of the year.
Oh, man.
Yeah, there you go.
Ooh, that's nice.
Print money over here.
That's a good tea.
Number one dad.
One day.
Number one dad.
Yeah.
I eat my own cum. Get a vasectomy.
I think that is a common, not that. I think what you were talking about earlier is a common problem that we come across is, no pun intended, is that a lot of these issues that we have blamed women for in the past end up being dudes' faults.
Yeah.
Because I imagine dudes are looking into it in the past
Yeah.
and being like, nah, nothing to see here. It's she got old eggs. And then it's like, and then research goes on and we're like, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, so things like that are fascinating when they get, I don't want to say rediscovered or discovered, looked into again. Like I don't know what the terminology is there.
I think that it's you said it's stuff that like everyone already knew, but even now, like with the current administration, like you're gonna see a lot of science and things like that really go to the wayside, and it's hard. I mean, you cucks over here going to therapy.
I know.
Cucks.
Now that is also a term you can find on Field.
Yeah.
Cucking.
Yeah.
I had a guy on Field ping me, okay? Handsome guy.
What is ping? That's a
Ping
message?
is like, it's like you're bypassing just the likes, like you're going direct message.
It's like giving
Oh.
somebody a rose on Hinge.
And he was like,
Okay.
I like you. I would love to try to have a relationship with you. I just also want to make sure that you're into cucking and that I can watch you have sex with someone. And I was like, see, that's great. Because that right off the bat, if that's not my thing, then, after a year of dating, he's not going to be like, hey, by the way,
By the way, I gotta see you fuck somebody else.
or else I'll be really unhappy.
Would you be into that?
Yeah.
That's not for me.
Yeah.
Would you want to watch the person you're in a relationship with have sex with somebody else?
I don't know if I want to
No.
watch, but
Well, that's the question.
I am open to openness.
Yeah. Buddy, we know.
Yeah.
We know.
I'm open to being open, but I don't
Yeah.
know if I want to be there.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
I think I'm down to try to explore and try most things with
That's
a
good.
partner.
Yeah.
I don't think I would, if they were like, I'm gonna go fuck someone else, I'd be like, I don't feel good about that.
What if they're
Unless
like,
they're
you can
bi.
watch?
Plus, that terminology is really harsh. I'm gonna go fuck somebody else. It's like that's not how you really
Well, if they were
present
like,
it.
I'm gonna go make love to someone else, that's even worse.
I mean,
That is
there's-
worse.
there's- yeah, that is worse.
I'd
Yeah.
rather be like, that person's is just a vessel to me.
Yeah.
But you're my queen, okay?
my
That
queen.
person, vessel, you, garden, okay?
Garden.
You're
Wow.
a garden.
Wow.
You're a beautiful landscaped garden.
All right. Well, the landscape garden. We're going to take a quick break here. Here's some ads. Go to Patreon. We love you. Be back in a minute. Hello, everyone. We're taking a quick break. And while we do that, we want to tell you, one, thank you for being here. And two, if you'd like to support the podcast, that would be great. We would really appreciate it. Two great ways to do that. One, we have a Patreon. Patreon.com/secondhandtherapypod. We have ad-free episodes. You get your episodes instead of on Monday, you get them on Friday. There's a whole other tier. You get our non-therapy podcast. You get bonus clips. You get all kinds of stuff. If you want to support the pod, Patreon's a great way to do that. We also have merch available at secondhandtherapypod.com. We got hoodies, tees, hats, all kinds of good stuff. We got stickers. We got our faces. There's all kinds of shit out there. So if you want to support the podcast, those are two great ways to do that. We appreciate you listening. Here are some other commercials because you don't go to Patreon. So, Jenny, what is your attachment style?
I was most of my life a fearful avoidant, or what you would call like an anxious avoidant. It's also a disorganized attachment.
Okay. What behaviors did that bring out in you?
So that was it's a very deep desire to connect and then to push away. So it's a all my relationships were very back and forth. It had like the classic avoidant thing where like I would be with them and I suddenly would be like, they're not the one. They're not it. This is not it for me. I just, you can't pinpoint what it is, but it's like mostly you think in your head, this person is, making my nervous system feel a certain way, which is probably just like normal, like that's what happens in relationships kind of thing.
Yeah, of course.
And then I would go, they're not the one, because the one for me is not going to make me feel like this, which in lots of therapy, that is just avoidant trait of like, you just a way for you to leave and go regulate.
Right.
And so I would do that in relationships constantly, regret it, weasel my way back in, and then it would happen again. And then I would just keep doing that over and over again. I wanted deep connection so badly, but I think mixed with low self-esteem, all this self-doubt, also not being able to say my needs in relationships. Like I always grew up with if you state your needs, everything will be taken away from you.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you show any needs, there's something wrong with you, all that stuff. And so it kind of created this perfect storm of very disorganized attachment. And now it's definitely a lot better. Like I would say I'm more anxiously secure.
Anxiously secure. Interesting.
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
It means that like I know what I deserve, but that there's still the inner child in me that's like, no, I really need this connection. I'm so sad. Like I need it. I'll die without it. But then there's the adult in the room that's like, this is what I deserve. This is how I should be treated. Or this doesn't meet my needs. or I'm going to talk about my needs and what I need, even though the voice is like, don't do it. We're going to get abandoned. And like the idea of abandonment is not so scary anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you work on that? Asking for a friend.
Yeah.
Me too. I'm asking for a
for
friend of mine.
a friend of a friend.
I'm
Yeah.
asking for a co-host.
I'm asking for this guy I do a podcast with.
I think a big thing, I can't pinpoint a big thing. Okay, because this is what would happen to me. I would get into a relationship. It would go well. And then I would get this knot in my stomach, this like pit feeling of it was going to end anyways. What am I doing? Like, this is clearly going to end. This is not the person, whatever it is. But I would stay because I was like, I don't understand why I'm feeling this way. And it just would not get better. And through therapy with my current therapist, who's great, a lot of it was like, some of it I could pinpoint to being like, this is just avoidant. But the other parts were like, I'm actually having needs that aren't being met. Like I am not speaking up for myself, and I don't have the confidence and love for myself to know that this is not acceptable, or ask questions and not pretend that everything's okay.
Yeah.
So I think a big thing is like, can you state your needs in a kind, compassionate way? And are you okay with if they say, I can't meet your needs? Can you walk away knowing that you deserve someone who does?
Oof.
So did you, in your previous attachment, the more disorganized style, did you also struggle with boundaries?
Very. Yeah, that's a big one too.
Yeah.
It's like because you're so starved for the connection, if you don't like it, you just kind of push that boundary away, hoping that it gets better. Or like, I think that, I kind of do have a soft spot for avoidance, even though I hate them.
Yeah.
But that it does all just come from like such self-preservation.
Yeah.
Such like trying to protect yourself by also masking everything that you need till it gets to such a point where you cannot function. Like I would get to points in relationships where I was so detached and so not in my own body. Like I don't remember relationships. I don't remember whole stretches because I just the anxiety was at a 10, and to function, I had to leave.
You were just in full fight or flight.
Full fight or flight all the time.
Have you ever, how recent is this healing? Like, have you experienced a relationship where you're able to be more present yet?
Yeah, the last one, even though it ended, I think that it took me a long time, but I had to congratulate myself on like seeing the signs and being like, I gotta go. The one that broke me was a relationship before I was incredibly love bombed by the person. Like really love bombed. Hung out every day, talked every day, was like given what I thought a future was, and then it was taken away very quickly. And it just broke me. And the only thing that helped during that time was absolute self-love.
Yeah.
Every day in the mirror, looking at myself, saying, I love you, Jenny. I love you, Jenny. Meditating, doing things for myself, and like really being the safe space for myself in a way. That's kind of what helped the most. And I think that like from there, it's been, a lot of like, if I go on a date with someone and I don't like them, just immediately saying, I don't feel it.
Yeah.
Like that, because I think I would not do that, because I would say, well, it's so hard for me to find somebody. Like this is maybe the best I'll ever get, or whatever, right? So it's like
settling when.
Yeah, settling. Not even like settling is but I'll just do this for a little bit. I'll get some of my needs met, and then it'll be fine. And then you get entangled, and then it's all fucked up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like the biggest thing was if you do have more self-love, and it's not, I'm not saying that I was like 100% fully self-love bitch, but there's like always, I feel like a little voice inside of people that knows it deserves love and knows that whatever it's getting is not the right thing. And it's like, can you tune into that voice?
Self-love bitch is a new t-shirt coming as well.
Self-love bitch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's,
How do you get
I don't
past
know.
the silliness of self-love or that feeling of like,
well, what to you is so cringe about it?
Looking in the mirror and
I mean,
being
asking
like,
for your friend.
I love
asking
you.
friends.
yeah.
it does feel so silly.
Why?
Is it a dude thing? Because you and I have talked about this before, about how it does feel silly to like sit in
Yeah.
the mirror and be like, I love you, Michael. I'd be like, what are we doing?
You're
here?
like, oh,
Yeah.
cool, dude.
yeah, exactly. Oh, fucking
Yeah,
cool.
like I would ask, yeah, what is the deep underlying that's under that?
Oh,
like
shame.
that it is, yeah.
Usually.
Well, why do you feel? Is the shame of like you thinking like I don't actually deserve love? Like I didn't earn this love? Like what is the shame with loving yourself?
I think ultimately that is it. At the root of it is that I
Yeah.
don't deserve it.
Yeah.
But I think more on the surface level of feeling silly or cringe is just that of like, does not believing in it, I guess, enough
Yeah.
to be like, okay, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're wasting your time here. You feel silly because you're just, for me, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, I don't know.
You know,
I just, the idea of doing that, I'd be like, oh, this is humiliating.
But no one's seeing it. That's the thing is
I
no
know.
one else is seeing it.
I know.
You can even do it in your head. You can just look in the mirror and just look at yourself. And no one has to know you're saying, I love
Yeah.
you, Lou.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe
But
it is a
it's-
dude thing.
yeah.
But it's also what you were just saying about when you were talking about dating. Like, I think I hear so many women talking about dates and like not being into the guy,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like, okay, but he was a nice guy. Like, give it a chance. And I've never heard a man do that. I'm gonna be like, no,
I think
not
that
into her.
I think men
Mm.
it's more attraction based. I think for
Mm,
women our attraction grows over time.
yeah,
I've definitely been dating people where off the bat was like, I don't know. And then I just was like, oh, this person like cares and respects for me or is treating me a certain way. And it definitely makes it more attractive.
men are just more shallow.
I do think so. And
I think so too.
Yeah.
I
agree.
don't even,
Yeah.
okay, this is an example I like to talk about. I had a guy friend, we are still friends, guy friend. He's telling me the whole thing. And it is this very incel way of looking at dating. That because of dating apps, 80% of men go for the top 10% of men. Do you guys know this theory?
Yeah.
And, and it's the same thing with women and all these guys are like, who maybe are like 6s and 7s, just aren't getting it. And then I went and I was like, hey, I say that might be part of it, but also we read the profiles.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
80% of the profiles are dog shit,
Yeah.
are like scary to women. Or like, there's this great person, you guys should all follow them. It's called burnt haystack theory.
Okay.
Do you know this?
No,
I do
I've never
not.
heard of this.
Burnt haystack theory. So it's like you read the profiles and through like, I'm not saying it correctly, but like through using like rhetoric techniques or like analyzing the text, you can tell like what kind of person this is, right? So like someone being like, hey, I'm just a regular dude just trying to look for like a regular relationship and I have like a job and like there's nothing special. It's like I see that and I'm like, that's a project. I don't want that.
Yeah.
To him, he's
Mm.
like, I'm just being like a regular guy. But women see that and we're like, that's not safe.
Mm.
Oh,
right.
really?
Or the guy who's like, yeah.
That just screams. Well, that screams more traditionalist to me than it would be a project. That screams more like I'm just a regular dude, which means he's probably looking for like a traditional, like
yeah.
old school relationship kind of thing.
Yeah, but then they
We
might
found
say
the
something
author.
like,
We found him.
I'm a regular guy just looking for a regular relationship, like why is it so hard to find on here? And it's
Yeah.
just like then
yeah.
you're like, that's not.
That's a red flag for sure.
Yeah.
I'm saying like, why is it so hard to find a good? You
No,
know,
there's
like, oh, okay.
tons of those of dudes being like, why are all the women on here? And it's just immediately like, bye. And
buddy.
that's the thing is like, I don't think it's so much women are going for the top 10%. We are reading,
Yeah.
and men are just looking and go swipe. That's why like I'll answer a million like messages, but I'm like, oh, they didn't read my profile. They just looked and went yes, and then they look and they go, oh yeah, I don't want this person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say back in my Hinge days,
Hmm.
I did have much more success replying to prompts than photos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We love, like, if your prompt is funny or insightful, that's what I like more than like, oh, it's you staring at your phone at a coffee shop. Damn. Wow.
He's so interesting.
Yeah.
All right, one more break.
Hmm.
Some ads.
We still have to finish talking about this, how we're going to cure your attachment style.
We will after we play these ads, because you're not on Patreon. Go to Patreon. Little Bear Cubs. It's another commercial break. Okay, and here's where if you're thinking to yourself right now, my God, the first two just didn't sink in. How can I get rid of these? Well, Patreon. Patreon.com/secondhandtherapypod. Commercial free. Other podcasts. Merch available. Secondhandtherapypod.com. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you. We appreciate you. If you're listening to this, thank you. We appreciate you. After I'm done talking, there's going to be more ads. We did not make them. Somebody put them there. Thank you for being here. We love you. Okay, heal us.
Yeah. What are we supposed to do?
I just do find it interesting how you guys are so cringed at the idea of loving yourselves.
Just in the
I
way you
think-
described it. I would love to love myself.
Yeah.
I wonder if there is a part of you that's like, if this doesn't work, I've failed. Like if you do all the self-love stuff and you're not better for it, you've failed.
I also wonder if I don't know. I think it's possible that I'd look at self-love
Mm-hmm.
the way I looked at happiness for so long.
Mm-hmm.
That it is a destination you can reach. And like that's just not real.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, maybe if I just altered my perception on self-love, that it's not this destination point,
Yeah.
that it's just a practice.
Yeah.
That could help.
It's a practice of accepting yourself as the flawed human that you are now, right? Maybe it's hard for you guys to say you love each other because you don't feel like you're the best version yet,
Yeah.
right? Like, how can you love something that is so flawed and so, like,
Bingo.
yeah. But that is the horrible truth of loving yourself, is that you don't get to the better version until you love yourself.
Yeah.
Do you have a theory on why human beings are able to love other people who that they know are flawed, but they can't turn it inward?
Probably capitalism.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I mean, we're taught that our worth is in what we can do and what we can give back in monetary or labor, not so much like if I love you unconditionally,
Mm-hmm.
right? Immediately you're probably going to be like, but I didn't earn it. There's no value to this.
Yeah.
So you'll actually see my love as less. But if you are working hard and I go, man, you're doing such a good job, I love you for all that stuff, you're going to be like, yeah,
Yeah.
I fucking earned
Oh,
this.
shit. Well,
Yeah.
you solved him.
Yeah. Because we know that love is earned.
Earned love
is
is worth more.
Yeah.
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 Wow. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. That makes perfect sense to me.
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense to me that makes perfect sense to you.
Yeah.
That's wild to think about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Because why would I deserve your love?
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
what I mean? Yeah.
It's like, that's capitalism though, is like if something is free, it can't be good quality. Like I did when I filmed my first special, Gen Z, we made the tickets free and it sold out.
Yeah.
half the people showed up
Yeah.
because
there's
they
no
didn't.
value to
There's
it.
no value to it. It was free. If I had put a $10 ticket on it, or even $5, and then been like, "This is going to get donated to something," I'm sure so many more people would have shown up because it suddenly had value.
Damn.
Yeah.
I do hate capitalism.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
It's a real bummer.
It is a real bummer. There's no we are unfortunately hierarchical creatures. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
We
I
like
think
love
so.
we love hierarchy.
Yeah.
Your status.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gross. Jenny, how long do you think you're going to stay in this country?
Honestly, today I was thinking about calling a lawyer.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I'm thinking about calling. I've been watching a lot of documentaries on World War II, and it is like by the book. We are in 1933 right now.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yep, we are
Yeah.
in 1933, and I'm gonna put my conspiration hat on.
Okay.
Love a
Let's do it.
conspiracy.
A, the election was stolen. Okay. B,
Yeah.
I think something's gonna happen that is going to bring the country together. And then they'll be able to just have more control.
Like another 9/11 or something.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
No.
see that.
I've been looking into other forms of income. So what ways can I invest?
Yeah.
Like I've been thinking about taking my money out of the banks because with Elon having control of it, I'm like, what if they stop women from being able to take money out?
Yeah.
I know this is all so crazy, but it's not.
Oh,
It's
hey, it's
not.
not that crazy anymore.
It's really not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
So,
it's exhausting.
So then the frustrating thing is this is getting into my goal of like having a kid and a family and love. I can't do that if I'm thinking about how to escape this fucking country.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just want to find love, but now I got to wait till I get to Spain to do it.
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
Is Spain where you'd go?
Spain is as one of the easiest
Countries to expat.
nomad. Yeah.
Yeah.
To expat. I heard Canada's taking people, but I'm like, it's kind of close.
Yeah. Panama's pretty easy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, they're going to take over.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. They even use the dollar already.
Do that. Costa Rica?
Costa Rica, fairly easy. Not as easy as
Yeah.
Panama.
I know that like France and Spain and other European countries, if you show in your bank account that you have a certain amount of money saved up, you can get a visa of like a retirement visa. But you just can't work in the country.
Yeah, I got a podcast. What the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. If you have
I
this
work
income
online.
coming in from somewhere else,
Yeah.
it's like €2,800 for Spain in digital nomad income you need a month.
Yeah. It's like $14 American.
Yeah. The
Even though
euro's
it's-
not doing too
yeah.
hot.
So let's say you meet a man, you fall
Yeah.
in love, and then the U.S. starts to crumble even more than it is.
Yeah.
But he wants to stay and fight the good fight.
Oh man, that's hard.
Yeah.
Fight the
But
good fight.
he's perfect. But he's perfect. You're in love. What is the deal breaker there? How far are you willing to go for this love story?
Okay. I've thought about things I can do here to fight,
Mhm.
right? Is like as comedians and podcasters and all that, we have a voice,
Yeah.
right? Like it's like I don't know. It would depend if he was actually fighting. If he was actually fighting, I get it. But if he's just like
Posting
I just
stuff
don't
on
wanna
Reddit.
leave. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he's like, I'm actually gonna run for office, or I'm going to, if it's if I'm dating that civil rights lawyer,
Yeah.
yeah, I get it. I'll stay and fight the good fight. But I would hope that he would have the common sense to leave when it's supposed to leave, when we're supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
How do we keep our voices because like our biggest platform is Instagram,
yeah,
which is Meta,
yeah,
which Zuckerberg is like,
a monster.
yeah, and he's like in with Trump and all that. So like, how do we keep our voices as creators?
We'll probably have to move to new platforms
Yeah.
for sure. YouTube is probably one of the better places to go
Yeah.
and just start to build the YouTube audience. There's Blue Sky. I heard there's a couple like video alternatives coming out. And TikTok's also has been bought. That was all a setup. Just
Yeah,
so
of
everyone
course.
knows, it was all a fucking setup. It wasn't real. Same with, I think, the fucking ceasefire was held out.
Yeah.
Like, that's Biden did that. I'm sorry. Trump didn't do shit. And now everyone's going to die. So there you go.
Yep.
So I think the best thing we can do is just try to find alternative platforms. But then, Apple might ban it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
So Reddit, I mean, there's going to be some grassroots stuff. It's just what they're doing now is called shock and awe. It is overwhelming. Hitler did it when he came to power. Within 6 months, he did a flurry of executive orders and I don't think they called them that then, but did a flurry of things to overwhelm the people. And within 6 months, the people of Germany lost the freedom of speech. They lost, their freedom of expression. They went into a martial law takedown. It happened fast, and I think it's going to happen faster with us because of technology. So we're all glued to our phones being like, what the fuck is this craziness that's happening?
Yeah.
And we're all just stunned. There's a comedian that I love out of Boston. His name is Ken Reed. And he told this story, and it always stuck with me. It's if you do something crazy enough, no one will stop you. And I think you guys can relate to this in some way. He went into a grocery store with his uncle, and then his uncle started making a peanut butter sandwich in the middle of the grocery store.
Okay.
Hell
Just
yeah.
took the bread out, took the peanut butter, and he said that people would come by, look at it, and just be like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening. Is it's so crazy. It's so wild. We just go, I can't even look at it.
Yeah, because I feel powerless, and I just keep waiting for people that have power to do something. I'm like, what was going on during the campaign was Elizabeth Warren was tweeting out almost daily laws that Trump was breaking on the campaign trail, and I'm like, okay, well, hey,
You're
Liz,
a senator.
I'm not.
Yeah.
What are you doing on Twitter?
Well, they're neutered.
Fucking do something. If y'all are seeing this,
Yeah.
what are we doing?
Yeah.
I'm tired of the
completely neutered.
reporting and no action
Yeah.
from people in power. Where it's just like, hey, this isn't right, and you're like, yeah.
Do something.
So, what do you want me to do about it?
They
You're
could
an
have
elected
arrested.
official.
Yeah.
They could have arrested Trump. They never did.
Yeah.
Hitler actually went to prison for treason.
At least he could paint,
Yeah.
Fucking Trump.
He can't paint.
Hitler could paint.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hitler was great. Trump
Oh, I
can't.
Incredible painter.
Yeah, he did a lot of. It was very postcardy. Very postcard.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
when you got all that rage towards the Jews, you can
Yeah.
do so much.
Yeah. Did you guys see Kanye's thing today?
What did he say?
Free Diddy?
No, he identifies as a Nazi.
No.
Nice.
Kanye.
Nice. Well, that's the thing is also too. You have we are at this age.
Oh, he also
Where-
said Hitler is so fresh. Sorry, go ahead.
What are we doing?
No, we're just at this age where rather than being like, hey, that's wrong, we're like, where's this going?
Yeah.
Right? Kanye could have been stopped 1,000 times, but
Yeah.
it's too interesting to watch a train wreck. That's why we are where we are, is because everyone's watching the train wreck. Have you guys had any fans who have been like, take politics out of the podcast?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't do a lot of politics on here, but we did one episode where we talked about the election and mental health and
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah.
And people were like, this isn't why we listen to you. And it's
Yeah.
like, okay,
Yeah.
So, okay, goodbye.
bye
Yeah.
then.
Do
'cause
they-
This is what we wanted to talk about this week. So
yeah,
Yeah.
this
Get
is what
over
we're
it.
talking about in therapy because it's affecting us.
yeah.
The reason that you guys are here and have the podcast is because there was social change to where it became appropriate and okay for men to go to therapy and talk about their feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't talk about that part.
God forbid.
Yeah, nobody wants to face the truth of why things are the way they are.
No. It's it is crazy. It is scary. It is making me think I should just move completely out of LA and just kind of consolidate everything that I have so that when I do have to go, it's easy.
Yeah. I want to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, your boy trying to go to Mexico City or something. I don't know.
Oh,
what-
I was thinking about going to Mexico City. Do you want to go?
Yeah.
Just to go visit?
I
Because I
do.
want to go get my eggs frozen.
Yeah.
I do. I really need to go get my eggs frozen down there.
Yeah,
let's get a group house. And
Yeah.
I haven't been. Have you been?
I've never been. No.
I've never been either.
My
you guys
girl
should
went.
do a live, like a
live.
Love to.
Escape
Like a
from
live-
Escape from
Yes.
America live from.
No, yeah, my girl went last summer, and then my buddy Kyle went last year. He's talking about moving there.
Yeah.
He's in. He still lives in my hometown. He's in Tucson, so he's like, he's like, martial law's coming anytime, and we don't want to be stuck here.
exactly.
So they're looking to bounce. But
I think something might happen at the Super Bowl.
yeah,
There's a couple of psychics on TikTok.
Yeah. Now you're speaking my language.
Yeah.
Yes. Get out of here, Lou. All right.
What are the predictions? I want to hear it.
Yeah, there's gonna be like something's gonna happen. Some kind of explosion.
A football game? Oh,
A
an
football game.
An explosion.
An explosive win.
Man, I mean, I don't hope something happens, but how fun would that be if something did happen?
Fucking
And then
Batman
4 weeks later,
style.
this comes out, and you're just
Yeah.
like, we called it on the podcast.
We called it, guys. Taylor Swift and Donald Trump watched it all happen.
Fucking Bane style.
From
Versus
their
the whole
tweets.
field. Just,
Yeah.
I think the hardest thing, and I've talked about this in therapy, has been because my parents are both very red and very Trump supporters.
Yeah, me too.
Has been the dealing with the cognitive disconnect that they have and still having to have a relationship with them. It's really hard. And then they get mad at you and being like, I accept you for being a liberal leftist. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, but you don't understand. Everything you stand for oppresses me and people I love.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're on the side of hate. I'm on the side of love. And you're like, I still like you. Yeah. It's because
Yeah.
I'm not saying hateful shit.
What do you
Yeah.
mean? The economy. What do you mean? What of the economy? What's better? But they do the thing that all cults do, which is tomorrow it will be better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suffer today, tomorrow it will be better.
It's been years.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So I don't know, everyone. Look up Expatsy is a really great Instagram that tells you all about how to leave the country. Burnt Haystack. Don't be dealing with these weird profiles of men saying weird shit to women. And join Blue Sky.
And join Blue Sky.
Do you guys have Blue Sky?
I think I do, but we're going to take one more break.
Okay.
Our last break.
This is it.
Last bit of ads. I know how much you guys like ads.
You wouldn't hear any of them if you were on Patreon.
Go to Patreon.
So we've talked about it before, this idea of radical acceptance when it comes to family and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do you find yourself checking in less now that things are the way that they are politically, or how are you dealing with that in your?
I'm not dealing with it well.
Yeah.
I
Same.
did fight with my mother to a point where I Zigrino'd her out of my house
No.
What does
because
that
she
mean?
denied that it was a Nazi salute. So I Zigrino'd her out and I yelled at her Heil Hitler. I was cruel. And then my roommate came home 2 minutes later and was like, man, it's getting real crazy around the town. Like I heard like a little kid shouting Heil Hitler.
Oh my God.
I was like, I did that.
Actually,
that was me.
That
At my mom.
We had a family gathering.
Yeah.
Okay,
Had a
mind your
family
business.
gathering.
It was Mother's Day. Wow.
Have you?
I got another fight with my dad the other day. Like I told him he was in a cult. I just can't. I can't fake things.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Have you considered not having them in your life, or have you thought of what the point it would have to get to where you might have to face that option?
I think I kind of had a moment with my dad that I was like, I don't know how much longer we're going to have a relationship that isn't going to be like happy holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said something. My dad is very Catholic, like very, very disturbingly Christian fascism, Catholicism.
Yeah.
Catholicism.
Yeah.
Republican.
Yeah, he's Republican.
Yeah.
And we were having this discussion. We had like a 2-hour-long conversation about politics, which was fun. It was actually went really well. But it was like, when you look back and you go, oh, you said that really crazy weird thing.
Yeah.
We're talking about Jews, and I'm a Jew, and then he just goes, well, then why do they have all the places of business and power, huh?
Okay.
And I was like, I'm your daughter,
Yeah.
and I'm Jewish.
Yeah.
I don't like that is step one to like they have all the power, we have to get rid of that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm like, this is so close to being crazy anti-Semitism. And I was like, if my own father is going down that rabbit hole, like I don't know what to do. That's gonna be a bummer.
Yeah, it is.
What about you guys?
Do you have that problem with your parents?
They haven't spoken to me in years. They ghosted me.
Yeah.
No, but I have that with relatives.
Yeah.
Yeah. The remaining family that I do have is all
Yeah.
down in Florida, and they're all very Republican and very Christian.
Mhm.
And we have conversations and sometimes heated debates, but it doesn't get too crazy.
Yeah.
I think I just kind of I feel a little bit of responsibility of like, well, nobody else is going to tell them this
Yeah.
because they're surrounded by their own. They're in an echo chamber.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, maybe they need to hear some of this stuff because they're not hearing it.
But they won't believe it anyways.
Exactly. And that's where we always get around to. So I've kind of given up on that. And
Mhm.
I've been a little less engaging on that end of like, oh, let me try and like get a message in there. Let me try and see what they're thinking. I'm like, and on
Yeah.
my social settings, like I was, in Trump's first dictatorship, I was trying to bridge those gaps. I was trying to
Yeah.
have conversations with people and bring people around and all that stuff. And then this time around, I'm like, it's different. And I am just being a real cunt on
Yeah.
Facebook and just like, I'm not here to hold your hand. I'm not here to teach you any lessons. I'm here to tell you how fucking dumb you are and how mad at you I am.
Yeah.
And I've just been posting kind of like facts or breakdowns of things that are actually happening.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like I'm not being nice anymore. I'm not trying to bridge the gap. I'm not trying to start conversations and
Yeah.
sorry, I have no mercy for you. There's no more misunderstanding. It's clear where you stand.
Yeah, you voted for Nazis. You voted for someone who
Yeah, and you
openly
continue
supports
to support
Nazis.
them and defend them. So
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I'm at.
I kind of feel that.
And it sucks because I don't want to be that.
I love
Yeah.
my family.
Why do you still have Facebook?
To do that, I was gonna get rid of it, and then I was like, "No, I'm gonna stick around and be a cunt."
This is
I literally thought I was like, "I'm gonna shut it down." I was like, "Nah, I'm gonna be a cunt."
So I don't know if you noticed this. The day Trump inauguration was over, all of a sudden on my feed and Facebook, all of these Republican comedians I haven't engaged with for years. Like
Yeah.
years. They're old Boston comics or old Rhode Island
Yeah.
comics. Top of my feed, all like Trump's the guy, like fuck the lit. Like I'm like, this is so incredibly like blatantly you're in the pocket of Trump. It's like it's not even funny. And so every day I get on Facebook, I have to delete 3 more comedians
Oh my god.
because I'm just like, this is so insane.
Yeah, it's very disappointing in our community of comics to see these people come to light. You know what I mean? Like people that you're like, you? Fucking you?
Yeah, lesbian?
yeah. Sometimes you're like,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's wild who you find supports
Mm-hmm.
that kind of rhetoric.
I mean, I guess in the long run, it's like, great, now I know who to delete and who not to talk to.
Yeah.
So,
When you see like a person of color or somebody from the queer community on that supportive side,
Mhm.
does part of you wonder if like they know something that I don't know?
no.
No, you're just like, wow.
No, I think that it's self-serving.
Yeah.
It's the fantasy that they are are that they are going to be welcomed, and they, it's 2 seconds later they always get their their face bitten off by the leopard
Yeah.
Yeah.
every time. And those comics who are who are in that camp, I just know that those are the same comics that if we tried to unionize and was like, we want to make everything better, they'd be the ones who immediately would go to the bookers and be like,
Yeah.
I'll do the stage time. They're rats.
Yeah.
They're fucking rats. They're all rats.
Yeah.
We're here because we actually care about people and we want to help people. And, unfortunately, that's never super popular. But people, they're fucking rats. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate it here.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, I do think it gets to a point where it's like you're in such a cult. There's nothing to do.
Well, it's like everything else with mental health and everything. And in that realm, it's like you can't help people who don't want to help themselves.
Yeah.
And
And there is, I saw this quote today by Carl Sagan. It was so good. But it's just like this idea that if you are bamboozled so deeply, the shame that you got bamboozled by a grifter, that's why people don't come out about grifters.
Yeah.
Is so deep. There's no way you won't get yourself back. If you've been, so I think a lot of these people deep down know, you saw those Venezuelan in Florida, the video of the woman who was like, we were used by Trump. I 100% know that she, given the choice again, she probably would still find a way to defend Trump. To be like, he lied to us, but the economy, it's, if you just can't, the shame is so deep.
Yeah.
For these people.
And people, that, and I think humans just have such a hard time admitting they're wrong.
Yeah.
Or they were wrong.
Well, you're gonna be kicked out of the tribe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Acceptance and shame and all that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're in a country of a lot of people who don't know how to deal with their shame.
Yeah. Think it's better in Mexico City?
Maybe.
Let's go.
I agree. I think we should go. It's apparently they have great museums. The food's amazing. It's beautiful.
Yep.
I'm down.
Their Central Park is bigger than New York Central Park.
Yeah.
Me gusta.
They have the biggest food. They have one of the biggest open market farmers market food things in the world.
Yeah.
You can get everything there.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.